hello there. First of all, excuse the crappy cam, well, crappier than usual. I'm not going to use the camera on the MacBook, right, because everything else is packed away. Plus, I don't actually have the leads to get the stuff off. I've been in Dublin for a while now. Today's the last day. Worked over the weekend at Screen Sign to get some stuff sorted out, and fly back on the 5:30 flight today. So I'm all packed. All my stuff sorted. I've basically got a couple of hours to waste here. So it's been an interesting time for me. Now, there's all sorts of stuff, has been happening. Some of which you might have seen if you keep an eye on my blog. Other things you won't. Now, the things that you might already know is there was it's very rare. I have very high standards for my for work stuff, right? Personal stuff that I don't take quite as seriously. Now, there was a shot I did on was it 3 or 4 of Ripper Street, the Fossy Joe shot, and that's probably my favourite shot I've done in recent memory. I can't actually put the video live yet until the end of the series, so if you missed it, sorry, but there was a still over on the blog, and it's an impressive shot. There was a lot of stuff going on there. Now I may be covering that for an extra short 15-minute thing while I'm in Vegas. Now I'm lecturing at CUBE this year in Las Vegas, so I'm covering about digital doubles. Now I have a unique workflow for digital doubles. That means I can get a digital double out fully, modeled, textured, ready, the shader set up in 24 hours. Now that was a workflow that's been in development for a lot of years, and a version of it was in the digital doubles were in Last Days on Mars. The next generation is what I'm basically covering. A new way of doing things, a new way of approaching digital doubles. There's people, there's loads of ways of doing them, but one of my aims has always been to simplify what I call the boring shit, right? There's a lot of stuff, as an artist, you want to do the interesting things, not the boring stuff, and that's what it's covering, and it's a production proven workflow. In fact, I've just done 6 for something, that Screen Scene I'm finishing off at the moment. So yeah, I've been doing I've done all sorts over the last few weeks. It hasn't all been modelling and sculpting stuff. It's been some very strange, sort of things. I'll be able to tell you, I think this is not due out, one of the things I was working on. I was working on 2 different things while I was over here until the end of next year, so that'll come out when, you won't find out like a year's time or something. So yeah, there's all the Vegas stuff. Now also, if you kept your eyes peeled, I bit the bullet and made a decision. I released 3 albums commercially, 3 albums of music, in 4 days, which I'm not sure is a sign of a midlife crisis, insanity, or just very good planning. Now the idea was I wanted them, see, some people know I'm very impatient, right, so I don't like waiting. And one of the albums was, this is the one I did in 2 weeks, right, so that was a no-brainer. That was the electronic album. Then there was what was supposed to be the second album, but ended, the third album was the second one, which was a hybrid album, which wasn't just electronic. There was all sorts of stuff, and there was songs on there that I'd made over the period of 10 years. But the one I was more proud of was the third album, The Ballad of Jonas Scrim, which I started work on that because it's a classical album, classical concept album. Like we don't pull on proper classical stuff. I started working on that about, was it 92, 95, something like that. I had an 8-year break in the middle, mind, but nobody knew I was working on it. I kept it very, very quiet, because there is to a certain degree in classical music class system, especially in England, where it's supposed to be old white guys that have went to London College of Music and all this, and they don't expect a lad from concert to A, be able to, or C, have the inclination, well, A and C, where the hell B go? But yeah, they don't expect you to be able to either do it, or have the inclination to do it. Now I have both, so I thought, besides it does help to, as I've always said before, I'm saddled with an accent that makes me sound like an idiot, but I'm not, far from it. And sometimes it's nice to show the things that I can do outside of 3D. Now, some people will say, I know people think it's a vanity project. Well, I suppose if you want to say that all music's a vanity project, the moment you put anything in the public domain, then it's vanity, to a certain extent. But there was a lot of people who had an interest because nobody'd heard the music for bloody years, until fairly recently, the last 12 months, and there was been a lot of good feedback. I thought, well, it's actually a bit stupid if I didn't put them out. So I've put them all out. The first one is called Fat Funky Bastard. Then you have Infernal Bullshit, which is that's the hybrid album. And of course there's a ballad Jonah Scream. It's on Spotify, where I don't get that much money for it. Not that I'm going to make a fortune of these fuckers anyway. It's on Amazon, of course it's on iTunes. So just stick my name in, like that, and it'll come up. Have a listen to it. You don't have to like it. You might like it, you might not like it. I don't really care, I just put it out because it makes it easy for me, because I work a lot of those songs I've wrote, so I've got something to work to, that motivates me. It's for me, it's very selfish. But, yeah, it's always nice to experiment. Talking of experiments, I'm going to have about 10 days to sort everything else that I need for Vegas, because I've got to fly on the 30th. And it is, actually, what bloody day is it? That's a very good question. The 18th of November. Now, 12 days, 10 days really. Well, 9 if you count the 2 flying days, you know what I mean? So I've got 9 days to sort everything out. So I'm going to get back home today, see the kids. Just basically sit down tonight, and then after that it's going to be 18-hour days until Vegas to get everything pulled into line and sorted out. So yeah, but yeah, I'm not going to bother with the Fossy George. Once I get back, I'm have to sort out my site, which incidentally, some dickwad is deciding he's going to try a rather strange mail bomb attack. Well, is anybody doing mail bombs anymore? It's like, why? It's like, not really high tech. I think everybody knows by now. There's been a load of hacks on 3D sites over the past year, and I've had a load over the past 10, 15 years. I'm used to it. But if it hasn't chased me away and made me go crying in the corner by now, it's not liable to. All it does is just make me concentrate even more with a laser focus. Now, although I've got, effectively 9 days to get all this shit done, 10 days or something, I've also had an idea to do a LiDAR type scan using different technology. That might or might not work. I'm pretty sure it will. But I don't want to get caught in that before Vegas. It would be nice, yeah, to have it and then just be able to do a LiDAR of the full casino, and hotel. But it could be useful. Perfect time to test. But I don't know. I'll probably leave that a little closer just for Christmas, just stuff to mess around with. Because I've learned a lot until before Christmas, and it's like I don't mind doing occasional bits, but it's been a heavy year, so it'd be nice to just take some time. But yeah. So I didn't get my coffee on the floor, because if I do, watch, this will happen. And it suddenly goes really dark, unless my face is 6 inches from the fucking camera. But yeah. So, I've been stealing Garloff the last week. Mr. Garloff, last year on Mars, for me, he's working here over at Screen Scene again, so I've been stuck in a flat. There was a reason why I didn't do any more videos while I was over here. The main one being the place was infested with fucking cockroaches. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I have a real big phobia of cockroaches and crawly things. So I got to the point where I haven't been in the kitchen for 3 weeks. And when Attila had been staying here, when he left, Girl was like, would you like to stay there? I'm like, yeah, please. How many thousand a day do I have to pay to get out of this place? But so yeah, I've been staying here with Garloff, It's been nice being over here because I enjoy it. Nice to see a lot of the old faces again and catch up with people and, sort of have a look out. And, it's a different environment. And I do like it over here. It's one of my favourite places in the world because it's so laid back. It reminds me of it's like back home but with less dickheads per square mile. And I was going to chuff a load of people back home, but it's fucking right. Let's face it, it's like the concert area is like Meathead Central. Anybody says anything different is either deluded or fucking mad. There's a reason why I like to work away. There are some nice people, yes. But, as you can tell, I'm not really too bothered about pissing people off lately. But a few people say, well, why don't you take things more seriously and put a professional attitude on and stuff? That's never the way I've done it. I always said when I very first went online, I want to try one experiment, which I've done, I always do every day. I tell the truth, right? Even if it hurts me or somebody else, or hurts their feelings, or hurts my feelings, at least people know they're getting the truth. It means then when a client brings me in, they know what they're getting. They don't suddenly get a shock where they think they're getting a very serious sort of, bank manager type, and then get this crazy bastard. But I'm not as crazy as I come across in the videos, to be quite honest. I have my moments. As anybody who's sort of worked with me will tell you, I do have moments, and I can be rather annoying with my need to swear rather a lot. Although I did actually run out of swear words at the weekend. When things get that bad that you run out of swear words, that's some serious shit. But yeah, on a serious note, if you're in Vegas, come up and say hi. As long as you're not carrying bombs or guns or anything like that, get a contract out with them. But it's really good. I do know that the risk that you have of basically saying to people, well, you see all that thing you're doing there, there's a much better way of doing it, a much faster way. A lot of people get pissed off. And they completely ignore it and pretend it'll go away. They think if they ignore it, it'll just cease to exist somehow. Other people get pissed off because they think that means, well, I've got to do something different now, and I've been doing it that way for 5 years. Well, great, keep on doing it that way, but I'm not telling everybody they must work my way. I'm just giving people alternatives, and I personally think it's a much better alternative. Because anything that saves you time is saving money, and that's time you can put and money elsewhere. So it's good for the artists, it's good for the studios, and the production companies. It means then that things that need more work can have more time, right? Well, theoretically, anyway, that's my fucking... Who the fuck is sending me fucking messages this time of day? But anyway, so I'm going to wind this up now. Again, sorry for the crappy sound with this echo in this room. And the crappy webcam, but, I want to do one before I left. For an absolute fact I'll be doing some when I'm in Vegas, so I might not have time to do one of these when I'm back home. I'll probably be too busy or too stressed. So the next one will probably be from Vegas, which should be cool. There's a lot of people I know over there as well, coming and lecturing. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing, people like sort of Zart again and, Paul Neal, Neil Bladens, who I haven't seen for a couple of years now. Terry Whitlash, and, there's loads of new people as well I've never met. So I have a whole new load of people to offend and piss off. I'm joking, Some people actually take that fucking shit seriously, Seriously, actually think I do that on purpose. But, if I could tell you the stories that I'm not allowed to tell you, it would open a few eyes. But anyway, right, I'm going to go, because my coffee's getting cold, and I want to give a once over and make sure I haven't forgotten anything, right? But, yeah, so have a look at the site. There's all sorts of shit that happened over the last month. Just have a read through the blog and stuff. Eventually I'll get around to updating the site, but hopefully I'll manage it before Vegas. If not, I'll be sitting in the bleeding hotel room the night before the lecture, updating my website. But yeah, if anybody does want to volunteer to be the security patrol for my website where I'm away, because I just know some fuck's going to hack it, they always do, then, you know where to contact me. Bye-bye.